Let's look at exercise 5. This is on page 973 of your text, and we're going to do some practice computing the cash flows from operating activities. So we're looking at One Way Cellular, and it says they've assembled the following data for the year ended September 30th, 2014. We're going to prepare the operating section for the statement of cash flows for the year ended September 30th. So you can get your work exercise, or what is it? I have it listed as the working papers file in the module, and you can do it with me while you're watching this video if you have time and have your computer handy, so you don't have to do it by hand if you'd rather do that. But anyway, I've got it set up already. We've got the heading, we've got the name of the company, what we're preparing, statement of cash flows, and it's a partial in for the year ended September 30th. And the first part that we're going to put on here is we're going to just identify which section this is, cash flows from operating activities. And we're going to start with net income. And you'll notice that we have two columns here, and this is just for purposes of appearances and to make it cleaner. We start with the far right side of our spreadsheet, and we're going to put the 55,000 here. And the reason why we do that is so that we can clearly identify what we're adding and subtracting here. All right, then the next thing is we're going to put our adjustments to reconcile net income to net cash provided by operating activities. Okay, so that's the next step. So then what we're going to do is then we look at the items that we have listed here. We're going to look for any non-cash expenses that we have. So things that we're going to adjust net income for. So we're going to look cash receipt from sale of land. Since that's a long-term asset, that's going to be in investing, so that doesn't apply here. And then we've got depreciation expense. Well, yeah, depreciation is something that's listed on the income statement and something that is non-cash. We don't actually pay it out. So we're going to put that here. Okay. I'm going to format this. All right. Then let's look and see if we have anything else that's operating related. We've got cash payment of dividends. Well, dividends are an equity item, so those are paid or reflected in financing. Cash receipt from issuance of common stock, that's related to equity also. We've already got our net income. We've got cash purchase of equipment. Long-term asset, that's investing. Decrease in current liabilities. All right, so we've got that. So let's put that here. Whoops. Decrease in current liabilities. So when we have a decrease in liabilities, that must mean we paid them out. So we're going to decrease this. So we're going to decrease net income by the 19,000. Format that. Sorry about that. All right, and then I'm going to copy this formatting too, so we don't have to do that later. All right, then the next thing on our list, it says an increase in current assets and other cash. So that's, both of these are current assets or liabilities. That's why they're going to be adjusted through net income, okay? So when we have an increase, on our increase, it says that we had an increase of 14,000. So when we have an increase in current assets other than cash, this is going to be a subtraction as well. Remember, if you look back at that chart, it tells you if we have a decrease in assets, then we have a reduction in cash. If we have an increase, then we add it back. And then if we have an increase in current assets, it's a subtraction. If we have a decrease, decrease in current liabilities, it's a subtraction. Increase, it's an addition. If we have an increase in current assets, it's a subtraction. If we have a decrease, then it's an addition. Okay, so those are just rules that you can remember. So if we add this together, we're going to get our total of our adjustments. Format that. So it's $13,000. And we're going to add that to our net income, and this is going to get us our net cash used by or provided by operating activities. And when we do that, it's a positive $42,000. So this is net cash provided by operating activities. And that's the operating section of our statement of cash flows. Okay.